Okay, we are officially recording. Okay, so like I was saying, like this is for everybody. Hopefully this will re-energize those people that are maybe feeling a little stuck in their business and wanting to grow their business and move forward. And hopefully it will help those who are ready to hit Emerald for the first time, understand it better, understand how to get there, and just all of us kind of collaborate and get together as a team. So super excited. Just kind of going over this and preparing for this call really made me excited again about just going Emerald one more time, because really that's what our business is. Like if you just go Emerald over and over and over again, you teach your coaches to go Emerald over and over and over again, that's how we're going to grow. That's how you grow your business, but that's how our whole team expands, and that's how we help each other. So it made me really excited. And that light is kind of annoying. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe that's better. Okay, so just talking to those of you that are new to the business, when you sign up, you are a coach, right? That is your rank, is coach. So the only way that you can make money is by selling things, right? Because you don't have any coaches underneath you on your team yet. You just sell things. You're getting commission for the things that you sell, which is awesome. And that's where all of us started. Okay. But the great thing about this business is that you have the potential to earn residual income, which is having, like, if you go on vacation, you have income that's going to be coming into your bank account. You're going to be earning income even if you don't sell anything, which is amazing about this business. So that's where we want to get everybody to that point where they're making residual income. So if things get tight, you're still having a paycheck come in, or if you go on a 2-week vacation, you're still having money rolling in. And this business, your money is working for you, basically, right? So that's where we want to get. So as an Emerald, it's you plus 2. So you are here, and then you have 2 coaches underneath you. That's what an Emerald is. So you're here, you need a coach on your right leg, you need a coach on your left leg, right? Super simple, super basic. And when you go Emerald, that's when you get to start making team cycle bonuses. So team cycle bonuses is when you make enough volume. It's a 1-to-2 ratio. So if you earn 100 volume points on this side, you earn 200 volume points on this side, you get to do 1 team cycle, which means you make an extra $14, which I know sometimes you're like, yeah. And I didn't think it was very much either at first, but the more you cycle, you get to make $14 each time you cycle. So as an Emerald, you can make an extra $250 a day in team cycle bonuses. Does that make sense? So that seems pretty great, right? So you can team cycle that many times. So that's why it's great to get a good team underneath you, because all of that volume will help you make that residual income. So that extra $250 a day, it doesn't come from your personal cells. It comes from your team underneath you. Does that make sense? So, okay. So I'm going to go into that a little bit more, and I will share my screen and show you how it all kind of comes to play so that you guys can kind of get a visual for it too, because it can be super duper confusing. Okay, so as an Emerald coach, I'm going to tell you kind of what I did as when I first came in. So kind of think back, I don't know how many of you, I think most of you probably know my story, but I was a working mom of 3. I was working every chance I got, because the more I worked, I wasn't on salary. It was, if I worked, I made money, right? So I'm actually going to mute everybody just so that we have a good recording. Sorry, let's see. Mute all. Okay, That's better. Okay, so for me, I was working as many hours as I could, because if I didn't work, that means I wasn't making money, right? And we were living paycheck to paycheck. If anything, like, we were putting stuff on credit cards we shouldn't have been. We were just in a really tight spot. And my husband was working his tail off, right? I mean, we all kind of go through that when we're young and married and stuff. We had been married for this was 4.5 years ago. So my oldest was 9. I mean, we weren't newlyweds anymore, right? But I always thought 5 years after we were married, I would be able to come home, and that never happened. And I couldn't figure out how to get ahead. Anyway, so this opportunity came up. I purchased my first challenge pack. I did it solely for the business. I did it for money, because I was already a personal trainer. I was already helping people, right? And I loved it. And so I knew that I could help more people this way. But I was in it to earn more money so that I could come home, so that I could pay for extra things, so that we could get out of that credit card debt. Okay. So, I bought my challenge pack with a credit card, and my first goal was to make enough income to pay off that challenge pack, which was $160, DVDs at that point. Like, we got one program, one meal plan, that was it, right? So comparing that to the Beachbody On Demand, Beachbody On Demand is like a fantastic deal to get everything for $160. So if you weren't back in the DVD time, ask somebody about it, and you'll know that it was just one program and 21-day fix. That's all I got. Okay. So I did that, and I actually covered my $160 for my challenge pack. Plus I made an extra $200, but that was off of my sales. That was it. I wasn't making a residual income yet. And so I actually had a friend, who I had shared this program with, and she was super excited about it. And she's like, oh, maybe I'll do it. She did it for the 21 days. And then I kind of talked her into becoming a coach. She was on the fence, and I'm like, oh, you'd be so good at it, whatever. So she was like, okay, I'll try it. So she signs up. And so here I am sitting with one coach underneath me. My upline, Megan Renter, reaches out to me, and she's like, Erin, if you sign your husband up tonight, you will go Emerald tomorrow. And of course, I'm like 30 days in, right? I'm like, what the heck? I don't even know what that means, whatever. She's just trying to make more money off me. That's what I thought. Okay. So, and of course, I couldn't afford it. I was like, I want to get out of debt. I don't want to keep adding into this, right? I was the coach that was like, do I have to buy Shakeology every month? That was me. Okay. So, I trusted her. I took her word for it. I listened to several of the National Wake Up Calls, and they had all signed up their spouses to get them in the top, right? You want to get your spouse in the top. And so I was like, fine, I'll do it. So I signed them up. I went Emerald. And of course, I wasn't making money off of his account quite yet, but I knew that in the future, it was going to benefit me. So it was worth it. I trusted the system. I was trusting success, right? Success leaves clues. Okay. So, continue to go. And I'm going to show you all of this, my husband's account, so you can see where I started making money off of his account. So I bought another challenge pack for him. So it gave me 2 more Success Club points, right? Got him some Shakeology. Actually, I got packets so that I could hand out to my friends, and let them sample it. And that's how I went Emerald. Just that, that easy, I guess you could say. It was easy, but I did sign my spouse up. And the reason you want your spouse up top is so, if at first, I was like, I can't afford it. I can't afford another $160 because we put it on the credit card again, right? So I was like, I can't afford that. But in the future, in 5 years, because all of that volume would roll through him and then into me, it would make so much more sense. And I would earn that times 100,000, right? Each month after I started making more money through him. Does that make sense? So I wasn't thinking of this current situation that I was in. I was thinking of the future because I didn't want to be in the same place in 5 years that I was right then. Okay. So there's 3 things that happen when you go Emerald. One is you get the team cycle bonuses, right? So you could earn up to $250 extra every day if you max out on those team cycles. 2 is you can get free leads. So free leads from people who come from just ordering somewhere else. And I've heard that they're actually kind of going to do away with other things, which is super exciting. But the free leads, like people who order on infomercials or people who order just online but don't have a designated coach, that's where the free leads come in. So if you hit Success Club 5 and Emerald, then you will get free leads, which are free customers basically that you can reach out to, you can help them, and future purchases you will get commission on. Does that make sense? So if you hit Success Club 10 and you're Emerald, then you actually get to make commission off of that free leads first order. So that's pretty exciting. So if you hit Success Club 5, you get the free customer, but you don't get that first commission of what they purchase. Success Club 10, you get the commission of what they purchase, which is pretty cool. So that can add up pretty quickly. And if you reach out to them, if you get to connect with them, you can help them. And you never know, some of those people could be your next rock star coach, right? And my light, I think, is going dead. So I might be sitting in the dark in a minute. It's dying. Okay. And then the 3rd thing is a shout out, which I don't know about you guys, but I am huge for recognition. I love recognition. Like, it fires me up and gives me a lot of motivation. And so when I know that I'm going to get recognized, one, not just for me, but also all of my social media, right? It's out to the public that you're growing your business, that you're being successful, all of that stuff. So that's super exciting because then they can see that you are progressing and your business is legit, which when you first sign up, a lot of people probably think you're crazy. They thought I was crazy too. Like, it just happens, right? So just know that this is a great way for people to see that you are legit, and more people will start watching you. Okay. So I'm trying to, okay, so when you sign up, if you go into like your genealogy, into your downline, if you just barely have signed up and you look in that, you might see a few coaches underneath you. But you haven't signed up any personally, if you see coaches underneath you, those coaches are from somewhere in your upline. Those coaches in your upline have signed up coaches after you signed up. And so they're in your downline. They will help create that team volume, and that leg is your strong leg, right? The other one, where there's no coaches, that is your weak leg, and that's the leg that you need to build. Okay, so when you are signing up your spouse, that is when you want to put, most of the time, you want to put your spouse on your weak leg so that you have more control over your weak leg, and then you will be able to team cycle faster because you'll already have some volume on your strong leg, if that makes sense, from the coaches above you. And that's the ripple effect. That's how we work as a team. So if somebody signed up under Dari and Dari signs up another coach under you, once you hit Emerald, you're going to start getting those team cycle bonuses because her coach is creating volume underneath you, so that helps you create more income. Does that make sense? So that's how your upline is helping you create more income as well. So it all kind of ripples all into one. We help each other out. Okay. Let's see. So does somebody have a question?
I do.
Okay.
If you don't like hit Success Club 5 1 month, do you lose like everything you've banked?
No.
You would
No,
just
you get
kind of
to keep it.
Show you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you get to keep it as long as you are active.
Okay.
As long as you are active, you get to keep everything.
Cool.
Okay, this light is driving me crazy. I'm sorry it's so dark. I might have to go sit in the hall. Okay. And my dogs are going to sit on me. It's going to get dark just for a second. Okay, this will be better. I'll just sit on the floor. Here we go. At least you can see. I can see. Okay, that was crazy. Okay, so as long as you stay active. So to stay active, and that's another thing, is you are banking volume. So I signed up my husband's account, but I didn't work his account right away. I just kind of had him sitting there. But the volume from what I was making was going through him. So even though he wasn't necessarily making money, he was banking volume. So I could use it later on when he went Emerald. Does that make sense? And so when he goes Emerald, then he can start to team cycle as well, which makes his account increase or bring in income as well. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. So to stay active, as an Emerald to be active, you need 90 personal volume points. That means you need to purchase something worth at least 90 volume points, which would be Shakeology on Home Direct. It would be, you could do beach bars, you could do the performance line. We have so many options now. When I signed up, it was Shakeology, and that was basically it. I mean, we had Activit, vitamins, and I think the pre-workout, I don't even remember what it was called. But anyway, so we had that. That was about it. So we have so many options now. So if you don't love something, try something else. We have Hydrate. We have all of those things. So look it up. If you are just a coach to stay active, you just need 50 personal volume points. So say you're getting Shakeology yourself and you want to keep your husband active, but you don't want to buy more Shakeology, say he's not drinking it or whatever. You could do Recover, you could do Energize, and a box of Energize, like the little packets, the sample packets, and send those to your new customers. It's super cheap. You throw it in an envelope with a little note, and that's like a personal touch, and they will remember that forever. You could do whatever. I've got dogs like climbing all over me. Okay, go away, go play. Okay, so I think I'm just going to show you. I'm going to share my screen. I hope I can figure this out, you guys. Let's see. Share screen. Share. Okay, can you guys see that? Thumbs up? Yes? Rebecca can see it. Okay, sweet. Thanks, Jessica. Okay, so this is my husband's account, okay? So I started working in June of 2014, and you can see at the join date, he was in the end of August 2014 is when I signed him up, and that's when I went Emerald, okay? So I'm just gonna kind of show you his volume just so you can get an idea. So right now you can see he is currently Emerald. I did get him to 1-star diamond at one point, and so I'll show you kind of that high point of where I was when I hit 5-star and I hit 1-star diamond with his account. Just kind of where I was, just accruing income, not really building his business. Anyway, so right now you can see that on his left leg, there's 121. On his right leg, there's 453. So he still is building, he still has team cycle bonuses because he's Emerald, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go to team volume right here, maybe. I think it's gonna be extra slow just because I'm zooming as well. Okay. So let's do, I'm gonna increase this. So you can see that, like as I scroll through this, like his team volume, like I am not working his account right now at all, because I am trying to get my second business center. Once you hit 2-star, you get a second business center. That's a whole different topic, so I don't want to confuse you. But anyway, I am trying to get that to diamond right now. And so I'm not working his account at all. So his team volume has kind of slowed down a little because I'm not actively working his account, but you can see that I'm still making income, right? I'm still getting volume. So I want to show you, oh, I don't like this. Okay, where is this? 15. So you can see right here, like zero volume, zero volume. This is when we first started. So I wasn't working his account at all. And then you see, oh, look, there's a little bit of volume coming in, little bit of volume, but look, I still have nothing over here, right? So all of this is just banking. It's banking. So there we go. So we're going to keep going. So you can see, let me scroll to the bottom. You can see, oh, here we go. There's a little bit more, right? I'm starting to get some team cycle bonuses in there. It's starting to grow. You can see, look, 5363, like it's starting to grow. It's starting to get bigger and bigger, almost 6,000, 1,200, right? So it's all growing. And in this business, like sometimes you have really strong busy weeks, and other weeks it's not so busy, or it's not as, like we all have paychecks. Some are really high, some aren't quite as high, right? So you can just see like those paychecks, all of that volume that's coming in is just all because it's going through his account. And when I did grow it to diamond, so when you get to diamond, your team cycle volumes from being $14 a cycle, they're $18 a cycle. So, and ruby's 16. So it goes emerald, ruby, diamond. So $14 a cycle, $16 a cycle, diamond is $18 a cycle. So the higher rank you get, the more money you get per cycle bonus, which is, it adds up really cute, or really quick. No. Sorry, my dog's like, pet me. Okay, so that's kind of his, all of his stuff. I will go ahead and show you actually like his earnings. So you can just kind of see, money really inspires me. And so I want you guys to see, like this last week, I didn't do anything with his account. And just in that 1 week, he still made $100. I know that's not a ton, but I haven't done anything with his account for like this whole year. I haven't done anything. This was an old customer, so he actually is at Success Club 2 this week, this month, because this was an old customer who happened to get on Shakeology Home Direct. It was just an old customer. I haven't talked to her. I just looked it up today and I was like, oh, maybe I should reach out to her, right? So that is just kind of awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, let's see, we'll go to this week and just kind of see. Okay, so he's at like 185 right there. And I know that doesn't probably seem like a lot. A lot of the top coaches, their spouse's account is huge. But for me to invest in my husband's account, $160 initially, and then to be making $200 a week on his account. So I'm making $400 from a $160 investment, right? At least $400 a month $400 every single month I am making for that $160 challenge pack that I purchased when I first signed up to go Emerald. Does that make sense? So I am increasing, I'm trying to find, I think it was
Erin, too, I did want to say you don't have to do a challenge pack. You don't have to spend a whole $160 to sign up your spouse if you don't want to. You can pay the $40 sign up fee and pay for a monthly, like whatever you want to purchase. So you don't have to pay for a challenge package if that's like not reasonable for you right now. For anybody who's on this call.
That's true, although I do have to say, like, for somebody who's trying to hit Success Club, I feel like Success Club is a huge, like, point of success to get into that. So that gives you 2 extra points. Plus, it doesn't really make sense to buy packets of Shakeology plus pay the $40 coach fee, because then you're already paying at least $140, right? So for me, like, honestly, I highly recommend that you just do the challenge pack, but because you don't need 2 Beachbody On Demand accounts, right? You could do the 2B Mindset if you don't have that. You could do the 3-day refresh and Shakeology as a challenge pack. So there are several different options. You can do the performance line, several different options that you can do so you don't have 2 Beachbody On Demand accounts. But if you're like, I absolutely cannot do that, then of course you can just sign up as a coach. I just feel like that's $40 wasted, because you are also getting, I mean, once you go Emerald, you'll start getting that volume in your first account as well. Does that make sense? So anyway, so I just wanted to show you that, like, $100 to $200 a week I've been making ever since I was, I don't know. I've been making for a while in his account. And that's just kind of the bonus on top of what I'm already making, if that makes sense. So we only have 5 minutes left. I wasn't able to hit everything, but I think I hit most things. So I do kind of want to open it up to questions, just in case you have any questions.
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, so if you could explain, I guess I don't understand like the numbers under each leg or whatever that you're showing me. At one point for the volume, it was like, I don't know the number, like 1,000 something. So like, how do you calculate the money per cycle on that? Like, can you give me an example of like the volume points and then how you figure out what
it's a 2 to 1 ratio. So that is that's per day. Does that make sense? So say one leg has 1,000 points, and I got to do simple math here. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
So one leg has 1,000 points. The other leg has 2,000 points. It's going to be able to cycle how many times? 10? 10 times? 5 times? 5 times.
Okay.
Is that right? Because 2 to 1, it cycles 1 time.
Okay.
I don't know. That's not simple math for me. So math is definitely not my strong point. So if you have 100 points on one leg, 200 points on the other leg, it's going to cycle 1 time, and that's where you get the $14. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So every time you cycle, so if you have 1,000 and 3,000, it's going to continue to cycle until you can't cycle anymore for that day.
Okay. And
that makes sense. So you're making $14 every time you cycle until you max. There is a max out cycle. I can't remember. Is it 28 cycles? How many cycles is it? Daria, do you know? Do you remember? There is a max out, like a max that you can cycle, but I haven't ever gotten there. Okay. So I don't think it's a huge concern unless you have it like a super duper strong leg.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I think I understand.
Sorry. Like it's confusing, but it makes sense at the same time. It's like you almost have to get there to like see your own numbers to be like, oh, I get it. You know.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
So with that, so the left leg volume has to be twice as much as the right leg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the left leg volume comes from the upline team and right leg comes from your commission?
Everybody's different. Everybody's different. So honestly, like when I signed up, my strong leg should be my right leg, but because I built my weak leg where nobody was helping me, because I built that so strong, that was actually my strong leg. Does that make sense? So usually the leg that has higher numbers is your strong leg. So I'm built very even. So I will flip-flop on my cycles. Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
I will flip-flop on my legs back and forth. Like what one's my strong leg, what one's my weak leg, because I am so even. But there's people, like if you are right under like a top coach that's like creating so much volume, then you just want to build your weak leg to help you cycle more. Okay, we have less than a minute. Do you guys want to re-jump back on? Do we have a lot more questions, or where are we at? Like, I'm happy to jump back on if anybody wants to. No, we're good? Okay. Okay, if you do have questions, I will upload this as soon as possible, but you can just comment them in the team page, and I am happy to help. But I want you all to set a goal to go Emerald by next Thursday. Yes, you can do it. Everybody in here, Emerald by next Thursday. We want it raining Emerald in Team Elevate. The whole page. You guys, who's in? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Rebecca, Ashley, Marie, Jessica, yes. Okay, you guys, so message your upline. Tell them who you're going to reach out to sign on as a coach so that you can rank advanced to Emerald by tomorrow night. Contact your upline coach. Tell them who you're going to message by tomorrow night to sign up as a coach. You've got to have somebody who trusts you, somebody who knows you,